You're watching the 420 Pace Network, found at 420radio.ca and paceradio.net.
Tug lightly on this bowl of mine. Well, my screen has seen some better times. Well, my buddy poked a hole, now my weed falls deep inside. Please tug lightly on this bowl of mine.
Good evening. I'm Coulter Wonkite. I'm already into the 420, damn it.
So what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is how much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiva grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Royal Kush were acoustic at Harvest Fest. That was pretty awesome when I got to hear of it.
Really? Cool. We are live, and Debbie was talking about the performance of the Royal Kush Band at Hempfest. Hempfest? Harvest Fest.
Harvest Fest.
Harvest Fest. Who, while you mentioned that, Jim was singing our song.
Yes, he was.
He was singing our song. Did you hear it?
No, I heard you singing it.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
That I'm sure our listeners didn't get the pleasure of.
I have it on my cell phone, and every now and then I walk into a room with it playing. Just for someone to do.
That's how you introduce yourself, is it?
Yes. Hi, I'm Al. How are you?
I have my own song.
Well, hey, I does. And
if you got it, flaunt it, right?
There you go. I like to whip out my song every chance I get. So this is our little thing here that we do called the 420 Radio Show. Been doing this a while. So tonight we've got a playlist that one of our regular listeners gave to me today. And so we've got some nice classic rock songs there to listen to tonight for Darcy and Marcel, who don't like rap music. I hear Debbie likes rap music.
Yeah, she does.
I like some. I'm pretty flexible. The only thing I don't really like is hardcore twangy country.
We can start calling her Grandmaster Deb.
Speaking of hardcore tinny country, I'm going to see Chris Stapleton next weekend. Nobody knows who that is.
I haven't got a sweet clue.
My wife likes him a lot.
He's got an amazing voice,
but probably more modern country.
More country rock, I would think. He's more of a southern rock kind of flavor to it, I think, anyways.
Yeah, see, that I can handle. It's just the hardcore, like, twangy.
Old school. He lost his wife. She took the dog, and he's sitting at home drinking whiskey.
I've already lived one of those songs. I don't want to listen to it. Thank you.
There you go. We're on the same page.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. What's Marcel up to?
Reading.
What are you reading?
I'm reading about a cannabis delivery man who got nabbed in Hamilton last night.
It wasn't me.
No,
it wasn't me.
No. 43-year-old Hamilton man.
Yep.
And caught in total with 247 grams of cannabis valued at $2,500.
All because he had a bag on his front seat.
Yeah. So that means cops are valuing cannabis at $5,000 a pound.
Yep. and it also means that somebody was a stupid drug dealer.
Yeah. Well,
that's smart, like a dump truck, isn't it?
The officers found several paper bags containing various amounts of cannabis with receipts for buyers attached. Police also found 2 cell phones, cash, and a GPS unit that showed a route to a nearby address. Oops.
Sounds like drawing them a map.
I guess.
Yeah, eh?
I guess the guy should have paid his fines and not had a suspended license.
Oh, crap. I just hang
that's
up
what
on
they
Jack.
initially got him for. Aren't you a nice guy?
Yes, I'm a
Yeah,
bastard.
I have a friend who has a theory when it comes to cannabis, you only break one law at a time.
Yeah.
So if you're out driving, you make sure that everything's properly registered, insured, all your lights are working, the whole fucking nine, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, I gotta go get this. This is hilarious. I read this today. I couldn't stop laughing. I'll be back in a minute.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, guys. Jack Lloyd here. Thank you so much for having me, and my apologies for being so slow.
That's okay. You're kind of busy, buddy.
Well, right now is the deadline for the application for the Ontario cannabis retail. So
yeah,
I may only really have 10 minutes to chat, and I hope that's okay. I apologize for that. It's just the perfect storm of timing. Ultimately,
it is. Well, you know what? We were just talking when you came in. We were talking about the guy who got the delivery guy who got busted this week in Hamilton.
Oh well, that's it's a very prohibitionist mentality. Yeah. But when I read about that issue, it had largely to do with a traffic violation. So it was really the cannabis stuff was really a corollary, and the reason that it becomes some kind of a story is that everyone's kind of obsessed with cannabis right now, but ultimately, that had more to do, in my view, with a licensing issue than anything else regarding his.
I got that from the article. I think it was, in my opinion, anyways, it was more of an idiot move than anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to deliver, at least pay your fines so that you can have your license back.
Yeah, and put your shit in the trunk.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's
little
certainly
common sense goes a long way.
If any message were to be conveyed, certainly cannabis should live in your trunk when you're driving. That's
live in your trunk.
Message.
So the main reason I wanted to have you come on, because you haven't been on in a while, and lots has gone on. We're probably going to talk to you before October anyway. So, we've got a lot of interesting things going on right now, and one of the first things I wanted to ask you, Jack, is there's a lot of discrepancy now between medical and recreational, and it's bugging a lot of people out who need their medicine. What are you suggesting to people when they're detained or questioned or pulled over in that aspects, the medical aspects, to kind of ease the conversation that you're about to have with the police?
Well, it's an area of great uncertainty, to be perfectly frank. And every situation is unique, and it's unique in the sense that I can't provide direct legal advice for what to do in any situation. Mm-hmm. The only case that's ruled on whether or not an officer is obliged to verify with Health Canada whether someone's authorized to possess cannabis prior to a search of a vehicle is a case in Nova Scotia. It's on publication ban, but the general sense is that at least one court has ruled that they're not. But that's not a specific ruling. It's just one factor amongst many that is to be considered. So, in general, if you're stopped many years ago, you could, in a sense, explain to police that you've got a medical authorization, and that would be enough to calm things down. For the last, I'd say, 7 years, the majority of my clients have not found any benefit to discussing the fact that they have a medical authorization to possess cannabis. Police essentially don't care. So what they'll do is they charge you, and they let the Crown Attorney deal with whether or not they were correct to charge you. So in general, even if you're a medical user, and in my understanding is we're just focused on driving right now.
Yeah.
If you're driving, even if you're a medical user, keep it in the trunk.
Well, just like you would have a case of beer. You don't put it in the back seat. You put it in the trunk.
If at all possible, yeah. So the main difference is that there's an oral dimension to cannabis, or an odor dimension, certainly, in that like they can smell that it's in the vehicle, and it gives them grounds to search the entire vehicle. It gives them grounds to do a great many things with your vehicle, and none of which are in your interest. And it also gives them grounds to lay a charge against you for impaired driving, regardless of whether or not there's really any indicia of impairment. And for the vast majority, and this is where the really big risk comes from, vast majority of medical cannabis patients who rely on cannabis to manage their symptoms, they may well fail the per se limits imposed under the impaired driving regime. So you're just putting yourself at an extraordinary risk if you've got cannabis in plain view, cannabis that can be smelled, and it's not in your trunk, because they can search your vehicle so easily, and they can lay an impaired driving charge so easily. And ultimately, because of the per se limits, you're at a risk of being found guilty of impaired driving, even though you're not impaired, you haven't been smoking cannabis recently, and the cannabis is stored securely. Even if you comply with all of that, they could still find you guilty of impaired driving just based on the fact that you're a medical user, you use it daily, and you're never under the per se saliva limits. Yeah, so the jeopardy is just...
The saliva limits don't prove impairment is the problem.
I agree with that, yes. That's
and even the police admit that.
Oh, they know, they definitely know it, and they admit as much, but they're going to enforce the law, and there's a good chance that they're able to convict people until we can strike down these per se limits.
So is the situation the same that if you get pulled over by a ride and you can smell beer on my breath, it's the same situation as if you get pulled over by ride and you can smell cannabis in your car? Now,
it's actually worse. It's actually worse for cannabis. If they smell liquor on your breath, it doesn't entitle them in some ways, I suppose it does, but they have less search powers. With cannabis, if they have reason to believe that there's illicit cannabis in the vehicle, they can do a complete search of the vehicle without a warrant, without any other grounds. So in a sense, if you drink one beer and your breath smells a little bit like beer, you have more rights than if there's a faint odor of cannabis inside the body of your vehicle. So
that's one of the things that there's a lot of discrepancy on in conversations that I have. Some people are on the belief that they don't have the power to do anything if they smell it now, but it's not the case.
No,
right?
That was formerly. So under the Controlled Drugs and Substances Act, pursuant to a case called John VA, the odor of burnt cannabis was not sufficient grounds to search a vehicle. And this was a really important case because lots of folks would get charged because a cop said, well, it smelled like somebody had been smoking cannabis. So they searched the vehicle and they found something or other, and they charged a person. Well, the courts ruled that the odor of burnt cannabis was not evidence of possession of cannabis. It was evidence of former possession of cannabis. And that was really important under the CDSA, and that protected a lot of people, oddly enough. Under the new legislation, no odor of cannabis is helpful to a defendant now, because odor of fresh cannabis means you've got it in the body of your vehicle, which exposes you to a search without a warrant, and the odor of smoked cannabis exposes you to a charge under the impaired driving legislation, and it's a charge which you're undoubtedly going to be convicted of due to the per se limit, because if you use cannabis, you're
over,
probably
regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the metabolite is stored in your fat cells, and they test for the metabolite. So it's just a dog's breakfast. But traveling in your vehicle with cannabis carries a great deal of risk. So you should keep it in your trunk.
Wow. I don't know what to say about that because
this is why they make smell-proof bags.
I was going to say yes. Sniffy proof bags are great. Yeah,
I have a smell-proof
very,
backpack.
very helpful. Yeah,
I heard of someone who was stopped roadside, and the cops claimed that they thought they could see cannabis in the back of their vehicle, like in the back seat. And the inside of their vehicle was an utter mess. There was no cannabis to be found, but they were temporarily put under arrest, standing by the side of the road while the cops are rifling through all their stuff.
That's probably the most common occurrence in cases of this nature, and it's exacerbated now. Under the old legislation, you had more rights. Under this legislation, they can search without a warrant no matter what if they think there's cannabis there. So it's extreme jeopardy. So until it's struck down, and I'm hopeful that it will, because it's really a completely unjustifiable restraint on someone's right to be free of unreasonable search and seizure. But ultimately, for the foreseeable future, keep your cannabis in the trunk.
Yeah. So let's switch up to another important subject that I know you're working on, safe consumption. You are fighting for us right now in the courts to allow us to have places like that and to allow us to have dispensaries, right? Or trying to.
Yes.
Yes. Where I know where things are, but I'd like you to tell, because you'll tell them what needs to be heard.
Well, there's a lot of fights ongoing right now. I'll give you the three main fights. The one fight relates to folks that live in locations that are alleged to have been involved in the sale of cannabis. So folks can be locked out pursuant to Section 18 of the Cannabis Control Act in Ontario. They can be locked out of there. And that's really troubling because it means someone can be rendered homeless on unproven allegations.
Wow.
So we were in court on that today, trying to slow it down at the very least. A further hearings happening in September 27, I believe. I can update further once I'm at my desk.
Sure.
The next fight is in relation to safe access through dispensaries. So I've got a variety of cases ongoing. The main one is in Hamilton, dealing with that serious issue. So it remains to be seen what happens. Obviously, the government is very, very interested in stopping our community from having our own safe places to access cannabis in. But we're doing our best to sort of to fight that and to make sure that people continue to have reasonable and reliable access to their medicine. And then the final, those are the main, the final relates to consumption spaces. These are cannabis lounges. And so that's involved in the same case in Hamilton. It's being raised, and the anticipation is that a further case is going to be raised relating to this serious issue, in the hopes that that we can designate safe spaces pursuant to court orders that allow for that. And I don't want to speak too much about it, just because the litigation is at this stage, like the government. Well, it's also the government is so heavily invested in defeating these arguments that it wouldn't surprise me if they listened to your radio show in order to get tidbits that can be used to stop people from having
yeah,
safe
and
space.
considering I'm smack dab in the fucking middle of it, I wouldn't put it past them. So
that's essentially where we're at right now. Hopefully, we can get good results on all of these that protect our community. But it's one of the unfortunate. The government makes money off of this now, and because they make money off of this,
they're going to
the enforcement is not just trying to protect it. It's deliberately target this community in a more forceful manner than they've targeted any other community. So you're better off trafficking fentanyl than sharing medical cannabis at this stage. But I'm speaking facetiously, of course. The main point being that significant resources are going to be put into stopping our community from congregating, and we're going to court to try to at least protect our ability to congregate, protect our ability to access and consume medicinal cannabis safely in a manner that makes sense to us.
But you know, it's okay for us to go to a football game and party outside.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, I am so distraught over what's going on because Gunjanistas was my place to hang, and that's like really I'm at home and I'm there, right? So you know, I'm not sure
the fight is on.
I know.
So we're doing our best, but ultimately the government has a vision for where things are going. So all that we can do is go to the courts and seek the protection of rights pursuant to that. And
you know what, Jack? And we have a vision too, and we have rights. And not only as human beings, we have rights to do certain things in our lives. And if there's a place where somebody can go and consume cannabis openly, where everybody's doing the same, what the fuck is it different to anybody else? If you don't want to be a part of that, go to a bar.
Absolutely.
Or
well,
stay
certainly
home.
we're going to be arguing that, and the fight is on. But that's where we're at right now, guys. I do have to go. I'm extremely sorry for that. It's just it's bedlam for me right now. But always a pleasure to hear from all of you. Cheers, guys, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks.
Jack.
Cheers, guys. Ciao.
So that was interesting
and quick.
Well, I figured he'd be quick tonight because I know what's going on. So
cool.
Yeah.
Want to do a song?
Sure we can. Everybody.
Please don't encourage Al to sing again.
Oh, come on.
No, don't sing. But play a song.
Come on. Everybody and their uncle here in Ontario that has ink in a pen and money in their bank account is going after one of these lottery things, right? So. Yeah. All right. Let's listen to some Grand Funk Railroad. Grand Funk Railroad. Some kind of wonderful. Talking. Yeah, this is the 420 Radio Show. We are live here. That was Jack Lloyd. And we'll be right back with... we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Cheech. This is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Ooh.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
420radio.ca is a progressive internet radio station geared to the cannabis lifestyle, broadcasting 24/7 from our living rooms, kitchens, and home studios all around North America, with listeners around the world. We are always looking for like-minded DJs, talk hosts, and people to help out. If you have a podcast you're doing, or want to throw it out on radio, or just enjoy playing music and want to get into radio, let's talk. Email info@420radio.ca for more info.
I got
here. We are back. This is the 420 Radio Show. We are live here in Toronto. And where are you guys? Truro and
Amherst.
And where
Bridgetown.
are you? And Bridgetown. In Nova Scotia. So you got Nova Scotia and Toronto today. Yeah. Well, I guess that's usual now.
So now we're going to discuss the safe disposal of cannabis. If you produce more cannabis than you intend to use, you may destroy the excess amount. It doesn't say you must.
And gasoline.
Just wait. It doesn't say you must destroy it. It says you may destroy it.
But you used to say must.
Yeah. To protect other persons, especially children or youth or pets in your household, you should render cannabis unfit for human consumption prior to disposing of it. One method of disposing of cannabis is to blend the marijuana with water and mix it with cat litter to mask the odor, and then place it in your regular household garbage. It is not advisable to burn your dried marijuana or plants.
Why?
Don't know. That's all they say, and it's not advisable to burn it. I mean,
the cops do it all the time. I see those pictures where they're standing there with a big giggle on their face.
Yeah.
While they're burning cannabis.
And I mean, the proper consumption, well, the most common consumption is to burn it in a series of small fires. So I would destroy it by fire.
What is the height of the largest cannabis plant in history? Does anybody know?
In history? I don't know. I know of strains that grow 24 feet.
Wow.
I'm gonna say, well, if you can see it there, do you have the answer, Al?
I'm gonna Google it.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be 27 feet.
Cannabis plant in history.
It's likely grown in California.
Yeah, eh? Somewhere in Humboldt.
Well, in that triangle.
It depends, I think, on where and how you're growing them.
Well, it's in the jungle.
Largest ever. I'm just waiting for it to come up. As of 2012, I got an article here in the Mercury, the Stone Mercury. Where is it? The Western Mercury in the UK, and it says the largest ever cannabis found in Weston Garden was in. Where is it? In the UK, obviously. On the Bourneville Estate in Bruce Close.
And how tall was it?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh.
It doesn't say. So you're fucking wasting my time, you fucking article. Oh, it says scale to 6 foot. Oh, never mind. It doesn't say. Those fucking idiots. They don't even say.
Okay, so cannabis.
Now they just gave you a virus, Al.
I'm reading an article from Exposing the Truth about cannabis biotech creating a 30-foot marijuana tree.
I've seen pictures of huge ones.
Yeah. 30 feet's the highest I've ever seen. I know of a strain that'll grow 21 feet.
Okay,
Durban poison
here from October of 2008, and it says, "Oh, fuck off! No, I'm not doing that fucking age gate shit."
You're gonna ruffle go, Al.
You guys go ahead and look. I'm gonna go back to my doobie and my glass of pop.
30 feet.
Yeah. 30 feet it is.
Yeah. It's a cannabis tree which they call forever buds, and it's capable of growing almost 10 feet in 2 years. The mother plant is now more than 8 years old, still active and actively producing buds approximately 21 pounds per year and reaches 30 feet.
I think the highest, the largest one that I've stood in front of is probably 9 feet.
Oh no, I've had plants and cut them back, and they still finished at 12 feet.
Wow. What do you do with the stuff that you cut off when you're cutting them back? Do you save it to use in some way?
No, a lot of times I'll just reroot them. So I mean, I was growing Durban poison one time that was probably stretching 6 to 12 inches a week. Actually, probably more than that, because I was cutting off 12 to 18 inches at a time and just throwing that whole branch into root hormone and throwing it into the bag.
Are you guys allowed to use clones, Darcy?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a given.
We're gonna start with seed, go to clone, start a bunch of mother plants, go to clone, and then eventually be all. Most things will be all tissue culture once we get everything else all set up the way that's supposed to go.
Cool. How long will it take you guys to get to the point where you've done your first crop?
I to be honest with you, I couldn't even say.
Really, it takes that long to get to that point, eh?
Well, right now it does, because we're still waiting for our amendment. So
yeah,
we got to wait and see how long that's going to take.
So once the amendment comes in, look at 3 to 4 months before a crop's finished.
But yet, they're sitting there, and I mean, not everybody, but a lot of people are talking about a cannabis deficit in Canada. Not enough. And yet they've got, their restrictions are so tight on LPs, especially, like, how many do you think that are just getting going, that are at the same point as you guys, Darcy, that, like, there in another 6 months there's going to be a big boom, isn't there? Because there's probably, a few of you guys sitting around at the same point, right? Getting ready to just go.
Oh, guarantee you.
Yeah.
Guarantee you, right? Like a friend of mine got their license back in April, and then they applied for their amendment right away because they just licensed one room like us.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here 2 weeks ago, he just got his full amendment approved. So now he can do his full building. So now he's getting ready to hire 35 workers.
Wow, eh?
Yeah, because he's getting ready for a trim.
And that's just in the garden, not the offices, not the packing, not the, wow. Like, that's, it's not just, I've got an LP, I'm growing weed, and then you guys get it. There's, I mean, it's baffling, the stuff that goes into getting those little plastic packages with 3 or 4 nugs in it.
Oh, guarantee. Oh, definitely, right?
Crazy. I still haven't tried LP weed.
No?
No, I've seen some, I've smelt some. We just didn't get to the smoking part of it. We were going to sit down and crack open the bottle and do a little thing, and then Officer John and Bob came in and said you can't do that anymore. So we haven't gotten that far yet.
I bought it, opened it, took pictures of it, and said, ain't no fucking way I'm smoking it.
Who'd you let smoke it?
The rest of them. Other people.
And what did they think?
They understood why I refused to smoke it. This is a good sign. Notice, this is a work-free drug place. This company has zero tolerance policy regarding the use of drugs or alcohol on the job. Let's keep it this way. Okay, so it's a work-free drug place.
Do they allow cannabis use?
Well, they don't allow work. Here, what I'm saying, this is a work-free drug place.
Yes.
They paid for that sign.
Oh, okay.
So you can go do all the drugs you want because you don't have to work there.
I require cannabis being used.
In the workplace.
In the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
I require it. So, what are we
And
going...
considering we all work from home.
Pretty much, yep. Although...
I think I'll have a dab.
Darcy works out of home now.
I do now. I do.
And,
but Darcy, do you have a problem? Do you have a problem during the day to go out and smoke a joint?
No, I can go. I can come and go when I please because I got a medical license and they're really accommodating to a medical license at work, and two, I just choose to wait until dinner time.
Yeah.
So you medicate in the morning and then you go in all day and you work and then you go home and medicate again.
Yeah, like most of the time I don't even go at dinner time anymore. I just medicate in the morning before I leave, take a capsule or two and go to work, and then usually out between 3 and 5 and take another when I get home I smoke a big bowl full, usually hash, or put a little bit of weed in the bowl and put a dab on it and smoke that, and then smoke a half a joint.
But you could have edibles at work, right?
I could, yes.
Yeah.
I just choose not to. That's just me.
Yeah. I don't know if I could go all day. You know, I think
mind over. I put mind over matter when it comes to these spasms too.
When you are doing stuff and there's people around, you tend to forget about it. Yes, but when you're dealing with specific issues, sometimes you can't.
It's hard, yes.
Like you get spasms that probably twitch all day long that if you were at home, you'd have enough to stop it, but at work maybe you wouldn't. Right?
Well, yeah, well, this is it. At home I can, plus at home I can also, if my legs are too bad, I can lay down, right?
Yeah.
And stretch them. At work I can't lay down and stretch them.
Maybe you need a couch in your office.
Oh, I'm sure. If I asked, well, hey, Brent, if you're listening, we need an office massage therapist.
Or a chiropodist.
Yeah,
What?
Penny, if you're here too, we need a massage therapist.
Foot doctor.
Yeah. No, I don't think anyone get around anybody's feet at work. I think they all got feet phobias.
Feet phobia.
So I don't think they like people touching their feet.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that
shit. It's unreal how many people have that phobia.
I don't even want to look at my own feet, man.
And a lot of them work in healthcare.
Yeah, they do.
I tell you, I was going to see a chiropodist for a little while when I was living up north there, and for some, I have neural pain issues, right, and other issues, and to go and have somebody play with your feet for a half an hour is quite nice, actually.
I love getting a foot massage.
Well, that's really all it is, except for they go to the next level because they're actual doctors, so they're like, hitting the right pressure points, and yeah, it's almost like date night.
Without the dinner.
Hey, you don't need to buy me dinner to massage my feet.
I'm just going to charge you. They're just going to charge you $50.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't have to pay for it. Thank you, OHIP. That's the difference between going to a foot massage place and a chiropodist. Chiropodists bill you on OHIP.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, because they're doctors. They are foot doctors, right? Like a podiatrist is
pituitarist.
A what?
A pituitarist.
Isn't that somebody who examines people's pituitaries?
I guess. I don't know. I just made it up.
Fuck. I'm asking the chat room if there's anybody that wants to massage Al's feet for him.
Is there anybody in the chat room?
Yeah.
I'm going to come in the chat room and see if anybody takes me up on that, because I'm bored.
It's Hillary.
Oh, it's just
There was somebody else, some nice character, but they think they bailed on us.
Oh, man. You know, that was rude of them.
Well, Jack left. We're not as exciting as Jack.
We must
but
be.
We know Jack.
We do.
But
We do.
That's it.
Jack's a busy boy these days, you know. And you know, in his defense, and hey, lady, you be nice.
Yeah, she don't want to massage her feet either.
Sometimes he'll stay for the whole show and gab with us, and sometimes he can't.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, his food might have been ready for pickup.
No, I can guarantee you that there's a lot of things being faxed to him right now.
Oh yeah,
because I think maybe today might have been the last day. I don't know, for the lottery in Ontario here. So, and I saw forms floating around places, and there's a lot of them. And so, yeah. But to anybody who does get a form in, congratulations and good luck. Did I lose everybody?
No, you didn't lose.
Because now I'm just staring out the window here watching Squirrel de Soleil.
Squirrel de Soleil.
Yeah. I heard somebody go blip.
I heard, what is this?
I don't have gunk on my feet, thank
High
you.
River? Good smeller. Somebody just brought me a nice glass of whiskey and ice.
There you go. They were listening to the show.
Yeah, he needs something. Ooh, that's that High River whiskey stuff.
I didn't get to drink mine.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have gave it away because it's delicious, dude.
I gave it to Lenny, and he said it was delicious. So yes.
Yeah. Because I come in with a glass and I thought, geez, I just drank all the scotch the other night. And then I remembered I still had whiskey left. It was a good call. Now I feel better. Sorry about that. Thank you.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm all nice and toasty warm inside now.
All right. So let's listen to another song then.
Another song then.
All right, and then we'll talk.
I never heard of that song, Alan. Another song then.
When we come back, we'll talk about what?
Well, no, I mean, while we're gone, we'll talk about other people, but...
Oh, okay.
I'll talk about some great stuff, Al.
All right. We'll talk about drugs.
Yes.
All right. We'll be back.
So what are you doing?
All right.
Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Legacy 420 has medicinal and recreational products down to a science, literally. With 2 biochemists on staff and a chief scientific advisor, every product is tested in the Legacy 420 laboratory. Legacy 420, Tyendinaga. Open 9 to 9 every day. Visit legacy420.com.
Hey, this is Cheech. And this is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Ooh.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Take a look Look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived in what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Don't ask my opinion, don't ask me to lie, and beg for forgiveness for making you cry. For making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Oh, some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human. I made mistakes. I'm only human. It's all it takes to put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. 'Cause I'm no prophet or Messiah. You should go looking somewhere higher. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human. I do what I can. I'm just a man. I do what I can. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
We
Sure.
are back. Hey,
And
Deb,
Debbie
get back
le-
here.
Debbie leaves because the break's over. She wants her own break now because we talked about too many people.
Jesus, like what the hell? You give a girl a few months on a show and she gets it all up in her head and everything.
Or she's gone to hit the dab rig again.
Oh, I don't have to go move to do that. I'm just in the kitchen on my computer, and hubby's upstairs watching TV, so I get to do door patrol with 3 animals that always want in and out incessantly when I'm doing this show.
Yeah, ain't that the way it works, Debbie?
That's why I lock
Yeah,
the animals out of
absolutely.
my room and I go to the room and close the door.
Yeah.
I just ignore them.
I don't.
Until Steve comes along and I get to tell him to fuck off.
Poor Steven.
Well, we've got 2 cats that are sisters, and they're 15 and a half, and I think that at least one of them's on the verge of dementia. So,
Oh, so you need 2 new kittens, Debbie. I got the perfect thing for you.
You have
yeah,
kittens, don't
nice try.
Darcy's an
got
idiot.
new kittens. And if anybody wants a kitten, call Darcy.
Call Darcy.
Yes.
He collects them.
He collects them.
Because I would never brought the fucking cat home to begin with.
Do you have a pussy factory over there, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
He's on his second litter.
Holy
Yeah,
buddy.
it's her second.
You need
You're
to tell your
perfect.
cat.
Actually, Marcel.
You need to tell your fucking cat to wear a condom.
His
She's
cat
13. She's
and
13.
she's a slut.
I figured she'd fucking one of these litters she have. She'd just go for a walk and not come back.
You're hoping.
No.
That's really humane of you.
No, I don't hope that, but that's what I have a fear of that's going to happen. She's 13 years old. How many cats are there having kittens when they're 13 years old?
Not many.
Obviously the slutty ones.
Yours.
Yeah.
That's
Like
me.
mine. Yeah.
Yours.
Yeah.
You wanted a cat.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think Debbie, when she needs to put her other ones down, I think I can help. I think I can fix her up for 2 new kittens.
Give her the crippled one.
No, he grew on me.
Yeah, I knew you were going to keep that one.
He grew on me because
He's just like you.
Yes, he is. He's a little slow and he eats everything.
And
the cat eats ketchup chips.
And he's a gimp.
Yes, and he's a gimp, just like me.
And I guess he's got a good attitude, too.
Does he have a little wheelchair, too?
No, all it fucking does is sleep. I don't sleep all the time, but that's all the cat does is sleep. I never seen a cat shit so much in all my life.
So it eats and shits.
And plays. It wants to play with you constantly.
But imagine how much work it is trying to walk like that.
Doesn't even bother him, man. He doesn't even slow him down at all. Purr down, I guess.
It doesn't know better.
Yeah, it don't. It's like it grew with. Well, I suppose it did. So, but yeah. So no, I ended up finding the other kittens the other day when I was pulling out some males.
Back when he didn't believe me when I told him there was kittens there.
Yeah, and then I pulled out some males and heard them. So then she took them from out underneath the back deck and took them to the front deck and put them underneath the front doorstep. She tried to get them in the house, but that was a no-no. And I found out today that they eat hard food, so 2 of them are going to be gone over the weekend. So then I just got 3 more left. So I figure they'll go pretty quick.
How many were there?
5.
Wow.
She had 5 this time. She had 6 last time, but 1 died during birth, so she ended up having 5, and they all went pretty quick. Seems like
except for one.
Cats. Yeah, people want cats, and it's weird, but stray cats make really nice kittens. And then they turn out to be really nice cats.
I had a stray cat named Patches who was my best friend. He would walk down the street with me, go into the store, wait for me. Yep. I'd take him for a walk to the park. He'd walk along the fence lines, you know. He was a weird guy, and then I think he was so friendly that somebody just walked up to him and took him.
Yeah, that's what I have a funny. That's what I have a funny feeling is going to happen to my kittens.
One day he was just gone. Where'd Patches go? You know. So.
You should put a big sign out and just put a sign saying "Free kittens." You catch them, they're yours.
Yeah. Just like they're like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all.
Yeah, but it's curb and gutter. Once you got her, you got to leave.
Once it hits the curb, you got her. Yeah. So, but so other than that, that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing the other day when I was pulling males. I ended up finding them. So now I'm just waiting for a couple more plants to sex outside because I realized
Wait
that
a minute. Your plants were giving away free kittens?
My plants were giving away free kittens. Yes.
Awesome.
5 of them.
They were trying to distract Darcy so he wouldn't notice the males that were hiding in the midst, I suspect.
That's what it was, Deb. That's exactly what it was. But I still got a couple out there that won't sex, and I figured out why. It's because when you live in town, anyone that grows in town got to realize that if you grow outdoors, make sure you put your plants out of the sight or out of the line of the streetlights.
Yeah.
Because they will not sex.
Well, of course not.
Because
they won't flower.
They won't flower because the light's still shining on them. And people were like, "What? Really?" Well, my yard's kind of dark, but it's still your yard's going to be almost pitch black.
That's a good tip because I would have never known that.
Yeah. No, the street lights. So I have to go out my yard and when it was dark out the other night and strategically place my plants so I know the tree blocks the street light, so they're dark, but in the daytime they still get enough sun so they can be a plant and not some spindly little fucking beanpole.
And they're still getting 14 hours of sun. Or 14 hours of light.
Yes, that too.
Right now.
Yeah. So, but
I would say another week they should all be sexed. I've been going to somebody's and helping them, and same thing. There's still a few that aren't showing yet.
And then also getting busy because getting ready to harvest my room. So it's About time. There's a lot of bud there this time because I hooked up an awesome light. I got rid of my LED. LED is great for what it was designed for, but high pressure sodium, I don't care what anyone says, man. You can never change. You can try to change somebody, but they'll always go back.
And this was the guy that was adamant that LED is the best way to go 3 years ago.
No.
Yes, you were.
No, I'm saying yes, but I'm saying no because I've tried, tested, and proved, and seen how warranties work with LEDs. I've seen how customer service works with LEDs. I've seen a lot of things with LEDs.
But more so, you've seen the difference in the amount and quality of the pot.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man!
Right?
I got a sugar factory in there now.
So that whole time I was telling you that you're wasting your time?
Well, I wasn't wasting my time. I still got quality. I still got quality bud out of there. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's just I'm gonna for a lot less, for a little more money, I'm gonna get a way better quality.
Mm. Right? And quantity. You can't knock the quantity either.
No. Well, you know me, Marcel. I don't grow great plants.
Yeah, but I don't mean.
I'd rather grow good bud.
Right. I don't mean wasting your time by growing under LED. I mean wasting your time testing those LEDs when we all knew that they wouldn't be the answer for a commercial operation.
No. You need master pursuits. I don't care what anyone says. Those lights are the cat's ass. Everyone will say, well, no, my light's the best. Well, I like this light. It's proven itself. I've seen product that was grown under it. They prove themselves.
I use metal halide and high pressure sodium. I don't have complaints.
And where else can you get 1,000 watt ceramic metal halide? Nowhere. They're the only ones that have it.
Yeah.
Or you can make an 815.
Yeah.
Or you can make a 630.
Or the 315.
Or you can just have a 315 and take one bulb out.
Bingo.
Yep. What?
Said bingo.
Yep.
What
bingo. Yeah, nothing.
So did you get a judges pack this year for Karma Cup, Al?
No, not yet. Anyways, no.
Oh.
Do you think you're getting one?
Don't know. It's not something you really ask for. So.
No, it's a surprise.
Yeah. No, I know that. I mean, like, because I know you've got them in the past, right?
I was a guest judge last year. Yeah, whether or not I'll get that again this year, I don't know. No, it's an event that I really enjoy going to, though. So I enjoy going and hanging out and seeing what's what. Wait.
So you're right in Toronto now, are you, Al?
Yep. But I'm in Hamilton 3 days a week.
Oh, okay.
So,
you got you got WWE taking over your city this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're taking over the convention center where Lyft was.
Is Hulk Hogan coming? I'm kidding,
yes.
Of course. Is he really?
No, he is. Yes. He's signing autographs. All the legends, most of the legends will be there. They're down on corner of Front down on Front Street in the convention center.
The ones that are still alive.
What they're doing like a WWE, like a convention this weekend or something, or is there an event?
It's SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. Okay. So but they're doing the SummerSlam at the Sky Dome, right?
No, SummerSlam is in where the Leafs play.
Okay, at the Scotia
Bank Center.
Yeah.
So the way it works is it's what they call WWE All Access.
So that's where they go and hang out for like a convention style event.
Yeah, so you can go get pictures with them, buy merchandise, see all the wrestlers.
They don't have a venue to do that at the Scotiabank?
No, Jesus, not big enough.
Real? Yeah, I've never been in there.
Me neither, but apparently it's not big enough. They're taking over all 3 floors. I know that.
Oh wow!
It started today and it ends Sunday.
Wow!
So you got a lot of lot of people in your city. I would have liked to have been there just to I'd like to meet Vince. The guy's almost 80 and he's jacked like crazy.
We're gonna have to, when we go to see Chris Stapleton at Ontario Place at Budweiser stage. It's on the second day of the CNE. So we're going to have fun getting down there.
Not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that, on the 20th, you got Slipknot playing the Budweiser Amphitheater. They brought Knotfest to Toronto this year.
I've noticed that there's a lot of those festival style concerts going on down at Ontario Place this year.
Yeah,
a lot of bands are getting together and going out on tour together.
They are,
which is really cool. I mean, last year I saw Robert Plant and Sheryl Crow, and
you got to see Stone Sour.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and Stone Sour.
So this year, Corey Taylor's coming back to that amphitheater, but playing with Slipknot.
Oh, okay. So that's his
other band.
Okay, I get you. Well, I'm seeing The Who there on the 3rd of September. There will be mushrooms that day, I guarantee you.
That'll be an awesome show.
Yes, I hope so.
I hope so too, but I honestly think that'd be a good show.
I'm just waiting to see how long it takes Roger Daltrey to say, "Hey, put that out. I can't be around that. I'm allergic." That's what he says. I mean, he's been very boisterous at several concerts in Canada, telling people to put out the pot because he can't sing when people are smoking it.
Wow.
Yep. So, are you guys?
Because he got high.
Because he got high.
I can't wait for Australian Pink Floyd to come back to Nova Scotia.
We have one here. We have a Pink Floyd tribute band here.
I like Australian Pink Floyd, man, because they're almost
perfect.
Well, it's hard to distinguish. A real, true, die-hard Pink Floyd fan like Marcel or somebody could likely tell the difference in the voices, but you'd have to really listen.
I'm going to listen to some Australian Pink Floyd.
Yes, you do that. Listen to.
Listen later, yeah.
Yeah, the challenge has been issued, right?
It sure sounds like it.
Yes,
we'll play some. We'll play some next week. How's that? We'll sit here and we'll have an Australian Pink Floyd listening party next week.
Australian Pink Floyd. Oh, wow. Tickets on sale for all dates.
They're coming to Nova Scotia?
I don't know.
Hopefully soon again. It's been a while.
Well, let's look at Aussie Floyd tour dates. Ticketmaster, Canada, U.S., Britain. 2019 World Tour. The Australian Pink Floyd Show, All That You Feel, 2020 World Tour. All right. Canada.
Did we already listen to Rag and Bones, man?
All right, Windsor, Ontario, Toronto, Ontario. Yeah. Toronto, Ontario, 10th of October, Al, at Casino Rama.
No, thanks.
Oh, you don't like Casino Rama? Or you don't like Pink Floyd?
I don't have the money to be doing that.
Oh, I didn't tell you how much they were yet.
About $78.
Casino Rama. Oh, they're only doing 4 places.
See, they when they come, they played the Marigold in here.
Buy tickets. Let's see how much they are.
That was a couple of years ago.
Ticket price may fluctuate in demand at any time. All right. Tickets start at $52. $52.25, which is $45 plus the $7.25 fees, including taxes.
PJ.
So, $52 a ticket for sitting on the nosebleed section.
That's not so bad. I mean,
the most expensive tickets are $298.
You can get some good, like, I don't mind going and sitting on the grass at Budweiser. It brings me back to the old forum days at Ontario Place. And the sound is just as good back there as it is up closer, so. And it's more comfortable. You can bring your own chair. So, Darcy.
Hi, come in. Yes.
Do you have some tips for us? Some more tips for us?
Yeah, yeah.
Just the tip. Just the tip, Darcy. Just the tip.
That's what she said.
And then she didn't realize that the tip was the whole thing.
You had to finish that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, maybe.
Is it hot there today?
Not too bad.
We were supposed to get thunderstorms, and they all went just above us through New Brunswick and PEI instead, so we kind of lucked in.
I play it now and then, Hillary. Okay, we'll add it for next week. There's a conversation going on about lights in the chat room.
About lights?
Yes.
I can't see the chat room.
You need to get a computer.
I got to get more technologically advanced. Yes, I do have.
Technicalology.
Well, another tip is right now where it's a little humid outside and people's plants are starting to flower. And if you're a person that don't pick a lot of your leaf off because you think it hurts your plants, well, it really doesn't. But if you're going to leave it on there, you shouldn't. But if you do,
let me ask you a question and see if I've learned something. Okay, when you get to a certain plant point of your plant, when you pick off the leaves that are going yellow, you're making more room for air to flow through, and you're stressing the plant, and you're giving it a reason to keep going.
Correct.
Question. Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, you're picking it off to let more airflow. That is true. The more airflow, the better, because then you're not going to get problems with molds and mildews.
Yes.
But what you're also doing is you're not growing leaf, you're growing bud.
That's right.
So you're picking up, you not just pick off the yellow leaves, you're picking off a lot of green leaves too.
But that's one reason for doing Sea of Green as well, right?
Yes. Well, Sea of Green is mostly just one bud, one
just
center
bud.
cola.
Yeah.
One center cola. Maybe you might get a plant that's a little branchy and got a side branch or two on it, but most of them are one big center cola that weighs 20 to a 40 gram bud.
Wow.
Right. I seen some buds of Rockstar last night when I was out at a buddy's place pressing some rosin, and one bud in the bag weighed 25 grams.
Is that like a lot of growers don't like to do it that way for,
No, but these buds were.
Is there a difference?
I break mine down because I don't trust people, and if they take it home and they store it or misstore it improperly, then it ends up molding, and then they're yelling at you or something because you give a couple friends a bud or two and say, here, take this home. Well, they improperly store it and it turns to mold. Well, they're going to come back and yell at you. So
you got to remember that big heavy bud also had probably 5 or 6 grams of stalk.
Yes.
Right. I don't like the big buds. I prefer small buds.
I prefer half gram to 1 gram buds.
Yep, smaller stalks on them, which is less wastage. You don't smoke your stalks.
A 1 gram bud's a nice bud, man. I find that's a nice joint. For me, that's a nice that's a joint in a bowl and a bowl.
Yeah, and it's also a 1 gram bud. The stalk is fine enough to be put through your grinder and you wouldn't notice it. But it's not like
it's covered in crystal too. So
I mean, look at the size of some of the buds that I've had, and you pull the stalk out, and it's a massive amount of stalk.
Yeah, but the one strain I've seen after it was grown, I've seen the bud on it that I know someone had, and that's GMO, and it has no stalk at all in it.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest plant. It grows super big bud, but very little stalk. So you got to support them.
A few years ago, we had, well, actually, it's quite a few years ago. It's probably almost 10 years ago. We had a strain here called Elephant.
Yep.
And it was massive. And I actually have a picture of a 12-inch bud.
They're still growing, Marcel.
Oh, I know. But, I mean, the whole thing weighed,
The only
when
thing with that,
when I got it, it weighed close to a quarter pound.
yeah.
Wow.
But the stalk, the stalk in it was almost an ounce.
The bud. The only thing about that strain I don't like is it's overhyped.
Oh, it is way overhyped.
They said they keep saying that it's a 36% strain. I'd be lucky if it tested in at 25.
Whoever said that it was a 36?
Who do you think? I know names mentioned, but who do you think?
On Elephant?
Yeah. Who grows
I don't
it?
think
Who around us grows it a lot?
I don't know anybody that grows it anymore. Like I say, I haven't seen it in 10 years.
Oh, well, you two people one person that you visit quite a bit grows it, and
Yeah.
the person that who he got it from grows it quite a bit. He lives in New Brunswick. Actually, he lives in Amherst.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And he's growing Elephant here?
Yes, outdoors. Along with R2. now you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't matter then.
So,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I'll still go without it. I mean, I was never a fan of the strain to begin with.
This
But
is it.
For people that like big, fat buds, sure, go for it.
No, you want an awesome indoor strain and an awesome outdoor strain, and I'm proving it this year. Is Grimace, man. That Grimace. You can grow it in a heavy rainy year, or you can grow it in a hot dry year, and it still performs.
I proved it outdoors, and this year I've already harvested it. Now it's curing for the indoors.
Yeah, and I'm cutting my indoor here this week, and I'll be cutting my outdoor in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you able to get 2 rounds out of a summer indoor?
I can if I grow autos.
Indoors or outdoors?
Indoor.
Well, what do you mean 2 rounds in the summer? Why? If you're going to grow indoors, better do it in the wintertime.
Yeah, don't do what I did.
You grow it in the summertime, then you have to air condition everything because it's going to get too hot for your grow.
Yeah. And
Grow
then
in the wintertime, take advantage of the cold, and then use your lights for your heating, or the majority of your heating.
Okay. Nova Scotia Power likes people like me that grow in the summer.
Yeah. Outdoors, you can do 2 crops outdoors, depending on the summer. If you're doing autoflowers,
I am getting 2 crops of autoflower outdoor this summer.
Yeah.
I'm cutting my first one tomorrow, and my other one is they're 3 weeks old now, and they're growing way faster. They almost caught up to the ones that already budded out.
Yeah.
I learned another lesson with autoflowers too, is to wait until about the 17th of July to plant them. If you want to start them inside, like the 1st of July, go for it, but don't put them outdoors until about the 17th of July, and put them right into the ground, or put them into a 10-gallon bucket, and they'll just crank. I planted some outside in May. The end of May, when we started getting that warm weather, and they did nothing like the other ones did, because they like that heat. They like that heat of the summer.
Well, it's a matter of the soil temperature.
That's it too, and your nighttime temperature. They prefer a temperature above 15 degrees at night.
Right.
Well, I was going to say they like the cool too, right?
Yeah.
So this is why I grow outdoor in pots on black, because then it heats up the soil underneath, so that at night the soil, at least in your pots, can get heat. The other problem is all the roots go right through the bottom.
Yeah, and right into the ground. And if you don't have landscape fabric on the ground, you end up pulling that plant out. And
that's why you use black.
And then you'll look at the plant and say, why is that drooping? It's soaking, wringing wet. Well, you just disturbed the root system, so you shocked it.
Yeah. No, the easiest thing to do is put it on a black garbage bag.
Yeah, I got one plant outside that did that. I didn't think I drilled the holes that big in the bottom of the bucket. I thought I only made them like an eighth of an inch and drilled a whole bunch of them, but apparently I drilled them bigger. So.
Do you know where I put my holes? On the side of the bucket.
That's what I did in all my. That's what I did in all my big. I got two 220-liter storage totes out there, and that's what I did with them.
Yeah, put them on the side. And that way, you always maintain a little bit of moisture in the bottom of the pot.
I got tomatoes in one of them, and I got my weed. I got my plants in another one, and holy God, I'm glad I planted my tomatoes because they're massive out there, and they got clusters of crazy pile of tomatoes on them.
Good, I know where I'm coming.
No, I got tons of tomatoes and cucumbers. I counted 24. I counted 24 cucumbers today on my 5 vines.
Wow. You got pumpkin too? Pumpkin?
No, I didn't plant no pumpkins. I planted beans and peas, and my friend's dog, God love her to death. She feels so bad, but she come over to visit, and because my dog and her dog, they play together. Well, they were left outside in the backyard. And yeah, well, let's just say that her dog decided that it wanted to go dig.
You know what?
It dug right in the center of the vegetable garden. And I mean, she didn't know. Maxine, my friend didn't know any better, and she felt so bad about it. And it's not her fault, right? It is what it is, right?
It's a stupid dog fault.
I took Buster over to a friend's place, and they had just gotten all their landscaping done, and he went out in the morning. I let him out in the backyard to take a tinkle, and I went out to find him, and he was digging in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, mind you, if I was out at my grandfather's and that dog was digging in his garden, whew,
He'd be shot.
I don't know if he'd be shot, but I can guarantee you he wouldn't be happy. It wouldn't be a happy dog.
Wow.
Right. My grandpa is 87 years old, and the guy prides himself on his vegetable gardens every year. I was out last week and got a feed of beet greens and a feed of potatoes, and they were delicious.
Cool.
I'm waiting for a feed of yellow beans because that's what I like the most out of a garden. Yellow beans.
Yellow beans.
Yeah, yellow beans.
Yellow beans.
Yellow beans.
I like yellow and green beans together.
I prefer yellow.
I was next door checking out their garden, and I saw a row of peppers. And I looked down and I said, "What are you growing peppers?" I said, "You've got jalapeno and green peppers." I said, "Why are you growing those?" He said, "Oh, those are for you guys because you didn't plant any this year, so I grew them for you."
Nice.
Right on. So I'm gonna take all the jalapenos and smoke them and turn them into chipotle.
Ooh.
Chipotle pepper. All chipotle pepper is a jalapeno that's been smoked and dried.
Oh, it's like smoked and then dried right out and ground up to dust.
Well, if you want angry jalapeno, then you use something different than a jalapeno because jalapeno is not that angry.
No, you use like a ghost pepper.
Yeah, I don't
smoke a ghost pepper and tell people that it's chipotle.
It wouldn't be so bad if you pulled all the seed and the vein out.
Yeah.
I think we're going to take another break and listen to some Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
There you go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And don't forget, you do have a request for a song from your number one fan.
Yeah, and I said I would play it next week because it doesn't go with the flow this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hold you to that song.
This is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Mary Jane's Last Dance. We'll be right back. It's the 420 Radio Show.
The girl of your dreams has got to be in some bar.
Sorry, boys and girls, but this is X-rated. So if you're under 18...
Get out, goddammit! Get the point? Good.
And now?
Bend
Y'all ready for this?
Get it out. Get it out. I can't wait anymore.
I like to watch.
Whatever you design, I know you'll like it. Do it.
We do it all night long.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
baby, but I got to keep moving on. Keep moving on. Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. Well, I don't know, but I've been told you never slow down, you never grow old. I'm tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town. Oh my, oh hell yes. Honey, put on that party dress. Buy me a drink, sing me a song. Take me as I come, cause I can't stay long. Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in. I'm tired of this town again. There's pigeons down on Market Square. She's standing in her underwear, looking down from a hotel room. The nightfall will be coming soon. Oh my, oh hell yes. You got to put on that party dress. It was too cold to cry when I woke up alone. I hit my last number, I walked to the road. Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again.
And guess what? We're back.
Welcome back. We're so glad that you came back with us.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
All right, we were talking about a strain called Code Black.
The what?
We were just talking about a strain when we were off air.
Yes,
about a strain called Code Black.
Code Black. Okay.
That Darcy told me I had to look it up. So my question to Darcy is, how cushy does it taste?
Not really cushy. It smells more cushy than it tastes.
But it's got that cush smell.
It's more gassy. It's really gassy, Marcel. Gassy and pungent.
It was basically it's blackberry crossed with OG.
Yeah, it's more pungent than anything.
Yeah.
I find it super pungent.
Because I like blackberry, but I don't know about crossing blackberry with a kush. Any kush, let alone OG.
It's developed by the breeder called bredby42.com. That's his name.
Yeah, 42.
Bredby42. Yeah. So if you go on Neptune Seeds, you'll see it. He also has a strain called Eskimo Cookies, which I've been looking at, and I might actually pick that strain up.
Cool.
And then he also my strain that I've always wanted to try and never really got to try it yet, but I'm gonna buy the seeds and grow it up myself, and that's pink panties.
Why?
There it is, cold black.
I was gonna say I've tried to grow some pink panties before, but that sounded really weird, so I didn't want to say it.
See, so its lineage is form. It's the form cut of Girl Scout cookie.
That's what I have in my device.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Blackberry OG. So it's a 75-25 indica sativa strain.
Ooh.
What's that one?
That's the Code Black.
No, the Code Black from Neptune Seeds is Blackberry crossed with OG.
Not the one I'm looking at right now. For $100 for 10 seeds.
Oh, that's the one I'm looking at.
It says lineage form cut Girl Scout cookie crossed with Blackberry OG.
And herein lies the issue of strains, if they're really the right strain or not, right?
Well, and this is the one that I've been laughing about. People have been growing Gorilla Glue number 4. And the first question I ask them is, did it come from seed or clone? And they tell me seed. And Gorilla Glue number 4 was never seed. It was a clone-only strain.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was a clone-only strain. And it was sorry, Marcel, sorry to cut you off. And it was only given to a select few people of the original breeder.
Exactly. So the Gorilla Glue number 4, the real Gorilla Glue number 4, is a very limited strain. But what happened is somebody crossed it, and they called it GG4.
Yes, which I've had.
Right, and if you look it up, it says Gorilla Glue number 4 crossed with an unknown indica male. Right? So, but these people are buying this GG4 thinking they're growing the true Gorilla Glue number 4, and I think it's great.
There is somebody in Nova Scotia that has Gorilla Glue number 4.
And it didn't come from seeds.
No, and we're fortunate enough to actually get to taste some of that pot, and that it was amazing.
It is. The real Gorilla Glue number 4 is
super stinky.
You better
gotta
than GG4.
And you got to put it in like 6 Ziploc bags.
Yeah, it's a little stinky.
Oh, is it ever stinky, man?
Actually,
it's super gassy.
I should get some and put it in my backpack and see how well that backpack really works.
I had a nug of crap.
A nug of crap?
Was it from the dog?
Gelato.
Oh, okay.
Gelato. It was really nice. Yeah.
I am rolling right now out a bud of Rockstar, to be exact.
I like Rockstar.
This Rockstar here that I got last night was done very well. It burns a super clean white ash, and I think it was cut perfectly.
Cool.
For my specs, I think it was cut perfectly. I got to throw that in there because I like things a little more. I'm that guy that lets that plant go an extra day or two.
He likes all of that CBN shit.
Are you that guy that will stand there and wait for that last frost, even though that could fuck up your tree?
Yep. I want that extra little bit of CBN in it, Al, because when
I have
cures,
a few guerrilla grower friends that are like that. They'll wait until they'll camp out, okay, and wait for the last fucking second, as long as they can keep it out there. I mean, they've been out there in snowfall. You know what I mean?
Well, quality nowadays is everything, because with everybody growing cannabis out there on the market, and a lot of this shit going around, and websites like you got websites like online dispensaries like Fair Canacare and Ganja Group and Cheap Buds and all these other ones that are selling bud for $2.50, $3 a gram.
Yep.
So obviously, quality people don't care about quality. So if everybody else don't care about quality, then the grower's not going to care about quality. All he's going to care about is the dollar. So therefore, I got to be the one that's got to worry about quality in my own smoke.
Well, I mean, typically most people that are growing anything good are growing it medically, I would think.
Well, yes.
Right.
There is a few. There is a few rec growers out there right now that are pretty big that grow some pretty amazing bud because they care about what they're putting out there. Because
Well,
they care
yeah, I
about
mean,
their
like,
name.
that was my point. I mean, but still, legal or illegal, there has to be some standard of bud there that people go by, and there is unwritten rules, obviously. But some people don't. They just produce this shit, throw it out the back door, and sell it. They really don't give a shit about it, you know.
It's just like in the legal world where you got banker weed.
Yeah.
Right? They don't care what the weed's like. They say, "Oh, we want quality, quality, quality." No, they don't. They just want the dollar.
Yep, and that's
They
my
gotta
point.
keep
yeah.
that. They got to keep that public entity happy. Right?
I want to know how many of them are selling R2.
One, I know Organigram is.
Oh, yeah. That would be a given. But I wonder who else is
I don't
selling
know
it.
who else is.
Or even just M39.
Yeah, that's true enough.
Because, I mean, you can't get a faster turnaround crop than that crap.
Well, no.
Sorry, Charles, no offense.
Grow it up properly, and you'll likely have a pretty amazing strain.
Yeah, but not for the recreational world.
Oh no, not for recreational. No,
Smoke it for 3 days, you can't get a buzz off of it anymore.
no, this is it too, Marcel. This is it too.
But it was a nice, fast turnaround crop. Might be something good for medical, though, for just extracted all the oil.
I don't know.
Yes.
I know it'd be a good senior strain.
But, I mean, if you're not going for the buzz,
That's what I mean. It'd be an awesome senior strain,
yeah.
right? It'd be like the stuff they used to smoke back in the day.
Well, let me see if I can get some M39 seeds.
You can buy them. Montreal
Good.
Seed Bank.
Seriously, still?
Yeah. Whether or not they're original, whether or not they're true, that's a different question, but they have them on there. Because they also have Friesland on there. I was going to pick up some Friesland seeds and see if they were true Friesland.
Yeah, whether or not they're true.
Because if it was true Friesland, I'd like to use it as a breeding tool because it's super fast and it handles the frost like crazy. So if you get that first early frost, the end of August, 1st of September, like we usually do them freak frosts.
Yeah.
That Friesland fucking could take that frost, right?
Yeah. I don't think we have to worry about early frost this year. I think we have more worry about early hurricanes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them blowing around down in there.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of a double tube tornado.
Cyclone.
Was it a cyclone?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that was like,
That
wow.
was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to global warming.
Yeah, I was just going to say so much for global warming, eh?
Yeah. Oh,
It's because of global warming.
Of course it is.
But global warming's not because of burning fossil fuels.
There are some people out there that aren't allowing you to even speak about global warming. So.
Hey, don't you know that global warming is just a farce? It's just a government money grab.
Well, yeah, it is.
No. What they're doing to fight global warming is a money grab and a farce. Global warming is a natural occurrence because the Earth goes through cycles of ice age and a hot age.
But
we're just out of the ice age.
But there's been a lot going on up north around the polar ice cap, and it's melted because of this heat that we've been getting. So,
We're
right,
stupid humans
which is a
that
normal
don't know
cycle
how to-
for the planet.
Yes,
This has
all
done
normal
this
cycle.
for millions and millions of years.
I'm sure.
We're just the stupid humans that are here now that are like, oh no, we can stop this.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the Earth. We're gonna have another big earthquake in California and BC. We're gonna have another.
Pardon?
Yeah,
we just
they did have one. But I mean, a big one.
I've been seeing pop-ups for earthquakes all over the world lately. So
What,
Because
earthquakes?
There's more and more people on the
and
earth.
volcanoes erupting and forest fires and the polar ice caps are melting faster than ever.
It's because there's more people on the earth, Al.
There was a heat like a bank of heat that sat above Greenland or something like that, and it melted more ice than it's ever been melted in this time of year, I guess, or whatever. So it's craziness. But yet, some people are still trying to tell people that it's not happening.
It's a natural occurrence. I agree with Marcel on that. I watch enough science shows and listen to enough science podcasts to understand.
The emissions are not helping.
No, of course not. But I understand enough to sift through the true and the not true, right? You sift through the data and you take out of it what you will. But that's what I do when I listen to that stuff.
I disagree. Be gone. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, over the last day, there have been 50 earthquakes that measure 2.5 plus.
Wow.
With this biggest one
Like
is what, a 5.4.
There was like an 8.6 recently somewhere.
Not on this map. Not in the last day. It wasn't.
No, within the last few days or a week. The coast of Vancouver was a big one, and there was another one just off the coast of Fukushima that they're worried about.
Right, that was a 6.3.
Okay, maybe that's.
But that was a few days ago. But this list is only showing me the recent ones, which is the last day. There's literally earthquakes every day.
Oh yeah, sure.
Right, and the majority of them.
There's been a few active volcanoes that really haven't been active that have gotten really active lately as well.
Oh yeah. It's just normal shifting of the planet. Don't forget this landmass that you live on used to be all part of one giant landmass that everything was connected to.
And then the water and all the ice started to melt and just separated apart, and it broke apart from big earthquakes, and now we got what we got.
Al lives in what would have been an ocean.
Whoop, whoop. I'd like to be under the sea.
Yeah, but that was all ocean where you were at one point.
I heard a giggle from Deb. She's back.
I'm here.
She never left. She's just sitting there going on, I think I'm too high for this conversation.
Yeah. I could only wish.
Deb understands this all too real because she was living it here a couple weeks ago. So
China had a 5.2.
The flooding in Ontario of late is crazy.
Toronto's going to be underwater here soon.
There have been several over the summer. There have been several times where the lakeshore has been flooded out. They've had to close the lakeshore, right? Like around Ontario Place, yeah.
Because there's no beach.
Not around Ontario Place, no, but on each side of Ontario Place there's beach. But apparently the water came right up onto the grass. Around Sunnyview. I know what you mean.
Pool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. Well, I mean, I see Tim Barnhart posts pictures all the time of the level of the lake on his property, because he's right on Lake Ontario, I guess, or on a river, and it's wow.
Hey, Dad.
There was a big concert that was canceled because the event space is underwater.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, Deb.
Yeah?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Can we have a recap of Harvest Fest? How'd it go?
It went well. Everybody seemed to have a great time. We had an awesome crew of vendors, some amazing bands, great weather. A little too great on Saturday. It was hotter than the hinges of an oven door cooking a turkey.
I'm still peeling skin off.
I had a burn on my calves and it turned into a heat rash, and it just started to peel a couple of days ago.
Yeah, my shoulders were just totally burnt.
Yeah, it was warm.
Absolutely, it was warm. But
Somebody
no, all in
say-
all, it was a great weekend.
It rained here most of the weekend, on and off.
Yeah, we didn't. We got to see rain at the end of the weekend.
Did you?
Yeah.
So there was less
Yeah,
rain
you
than we
saw
got
it
last
on.
year?
You saw it on your drive home. There were several of us caught in the field in the last 20 minutes of trying to pack things up, and it just poured.
Did you get stuck?
Nope.
We had cars stopped in the middle of the highway, like just bumper to bumper traffic, nobody moving. Cars off the road because they hydroplaned off the road. It was unreal how hard that rain came down and how fast.
There was flooding along the highway there last week, along the QEW somewhere.
Yeah.
Mississauga, I think, area. Yeah, one of the entrances, the entrance ramp, flooded out, and people were actually trying to drive through it. That was about a week ago.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. I was sitting out at almost at the road, but Chris had the U-Haul unloading some things into our container, and it was, still absolutely pouring down rain, and Jay Frost comes up from the field in his van and hops out and starts helping Chris. He was sort of the monkey in the middle between Chris and whoever was in the container, passing things back and forth. And he comes across a mannequin that Tabitha had brought for us to display some of our shirts on. And here he is out waltzing in the pouring rain with this bloody mannequin. It was absolutely hilarious.
Right on. Oh, everybody I talked to had a blast. They loved it.
Awesome.
They all want to come back again next year.
I was just going to say, until next year. Until next year.
Yeah, but all the ones that said they were coming back last year didn't come back.
Huh.
Maybe because it was too warm for them.
I would have been miserable.
Yeah, so yeah, it was miserable hot. Especially during the day. But on the bright side is one of the vendors brought a slushy machine.
Oh, did you make medicated slushies?
Yeah. Well, when they came and I said, "You're selling slushies," he said, "Yeah," and I said, "Non-medicated?" He said, "No, medicated." I said, "No, you're going to sell more non-medicated than you will medicated." And they did about 3 times as many non-medicated is what they sold.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was just so hot.
Oh.
I mean, people are already high. They don't need to get higher. They want to get cool. I had the same issue one year with ice cream when people were coming up wanting to know if I had unmedicated ice cream just so they could cool off. Of course not.
So, yeah, it sounds like it was a nice weekend, and everybody, no injuries, no issues.
Yeah.
Nothing major.
Yeah, nothing
The
major.
The usual, right?
Yeah. Chris didn't break any ribs, so that was a plus.
No, I broke mine here, so.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
that's good.
it's all in all, it was actually a really good weekend and a lot of fun.
Cool beans.
It was just Saturday night was a good night because it cooled off enough that people could actually be comfortable listening to the music and stuff.
I was going to ask about the music.
We had music, lots of it.
We did.
It was good.
I really enjoyed Bob Cajun on Friday night.
Yeah, they were good. No, I had no complaints about. Oh no, my only complaint about the music was Thursday night's music.
Thursday?
Yeah, the band was setting up. It was a rough night for music.
But it made the music worthwhile the rest of the weekend.
It did, yeah. You know how it's like a band rehearsal and somebody starts playing a really good lick off of a tune and they're getting right into it and then all of a sudden they just stop and go to something else.
Yeah.
It was a lot of that and that really sucked.
They were tuning everything in.
Yeah. Or just dicking around, farting around, whatever.
Well, that's good. And on that note, is there anything else anybody else wants to add? I didn't think
We
so.
have festivals coming up and fundraisers coming up.
And fundraisers.
Absolutely. Next Saturday at the Bedford Legion from 12 to 4, Mom is holding a summer bazaar and fundraiser on behalf of pharmacists who had both locations raided last Thursday, and 4 people were arrested and went for what I'm seeing is being referred as a sleepover arrest because they were all detained overnight thanks to Halifax City Police. So we're putting on a fundraiser to help give them a little bit of a leg up because it's at least the 4th, 5th time that they've been raided, and it was certainly a very, very substantial hit. And the following weekend, we will be in
Shubenacadie.
Yes, in Indian Brook on the reserve at an event called Archie Fest that the dispensary in Indian Brook are putting on to assist one of their community members who isn't able to return to the community due to an accident. He needs to have, I believe, a proper wheelchair to assist him with mobility, and as well he needs a house to live in. So they're putting on a 3-day festival with music. It's 420 friendly, held on the reserve. So there will be actually RCMP there as security, which will be a different experience.
Yeah. So everybody's protected on the reserve.
Yeah.
And it's going to coincide with their annual Indigenous ball tournament. So there's going to be roughly 3,500 people there anyways for the ball tournament, as well as everybody that's coming for Archie Fest. So this is going to be a very large amount of people.
You going out, Marcel?
I'm going to go for at least a day. I don't know about camping over yet. Just depends on how everything else goes. My life is still up in the air, Darcy Pittman.
Yes, I know this. I know this.
Yeah.
It'll soon be. You'll soon hopefully be grounded.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, we'll see how busy I am or what country I'm in at the time.
Well, this is it. This is it.
So yeah, that's what's going to happen around here.
Cool. We've got Karma Cup at the end, the beginning of September, 7th and 8th here in Toronto.
So you're going to go to Karma Cup this year?
Yes.
And wander around and talk to us and stuff again?
Sure. Ira's going to come with me, and Mary Jane's going to come with me.
Cool.
So, yep, we'll be there.
Nice.
We will.
I took a picture of my cushion for Mary Jane, but I didn't like it, so I didn't post it yet. So I'm going to take another one.
Larry's still under house arrest.
Carl's in the bedroom.
Oh, and I was remiss to mention that Peace East has been turned into an urban takeover, and it's an evening of music at Men's and Molly's on Gottingen Street, and that happens tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Starting at 10 p.m., I believe, and there's supposed to be Chris and Jess are both supposed to be roasted at some point during the evening.
Wow.
That could be interesting.
That could actually make it worth going to. Yeah. I mean, it's a long ass drive for me to go to that, but
and it's up 3 flights of stairs.
Yes.
Yeah, screw that. I don't like stairs.
Me either.
Yeah, stairs suck.
I seen a comment made on the PC's page there that a good friend of ours wanted to go, but they were told that it's up 3 flights of stairs. So
yeah, but what he's looking for is a light transfer chair to use so that somebody can lift him up there.
I gave him one at PC's.
Well, take that chair up and just throw him over his shoulder and carry him.
Well, yeah, he
doesn't
look that heavy.
Yeah, he's not a big guy.
No, he's not like me.
Right, but I wouldn't be throwing him on my shoulder and trying to go up 3 flights of stairs. So
Marcel, it's Marcel's fault.
Why?
Because that's all your edibles. That's why I gained an extra 20 pounds.
Oh, my edibles, not your wife's cooking.
That too.
Yeah.
On that note,
safe answer, Darcy.
On that note, let's take a magic carpet ride, shall we?
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty. This is
Peace, love, and hippie shit, all that stuff.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Talk at you soon.
Hey, this is Cheech. And this is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Ooh.
Hang up and try again.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this lifestyle radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
Are you looking for non-stop, continuous cannabis and psychedelic programming? If you are, then turn your browsers to 420radio.ca or paceradio.net, where you will find the 420 Pace re-rolled Saturday. Everything gets started at 8 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning.
Hi, I'm Timmy.
And I'm Mary Jane. He's the newbie.
She's the doobie, and this is the show
where we
tote
cannabis.
Talk.
From both sides.
Is that even possible?
Stay tuned. We'll be back after this.